what you want to do first is you want to remove the screws on each one of these bands on the carb side. You can loosen up these ones, might make you feel a little better, but it's probably not going to necessarily help the carb come off any. And before you do that, you're also going to want to remove your pods or your air cleaner. If you have a big air cleaner in here, you can take that off, and it's just a simple screws on those bands as well. And you're also going to want to disconnect any hoses or anything like that. These are drains. Already disconnect the hose. You should have the gas tank off. I guess it's probably not necessary to take off the gas tank. I don't know, definitely helps you get up in there. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is undo the 4 screws that are on top of these caps. I usually undo like 2 on every single one first with a power drill, and then come back and take out the 3rd one, and then the 4th one on each one slowly, because these do want to pop open. And then underneath there you have a spring. Make sure you put that down the right way. That just goes over your jet. And then you want to stick your finger in here, because you don't want to touch those sides or pull up in those at all, because that could mess up your diaphragm. Slide these out, and then you see there, that's the needle. Turn it upside down and it'll drop out the top. You can use a 3mm washer to space out your needle a little bit if you want to get a little bit more fuel. A lot of people do that. And a lot of other things you can do in here to kind of tune it up a little bit. Okay, once you have the tops off, you're going to remove the bottom, which is this piece here. It's got 4 screws to take out. And then you're going to go ahead and remove these floats, and that's really easy to do. You just get a paper clip or a hairpin or maybe a small Allen wrench or something, and push out that little metal rod that's in there. And it'll slide out. You know, might have to push on a little bit. Don't force it too hard. And these floats will pop right off. And hanging down from right here is this guy. So you want to make sure and don't lose that. It goes down in there. It should come with a new one in your carb kit. This piece right here, it should be an 8mm. You can take that off. This is the flathead piece you see in the top. As you can see, it's just a little jet piece. And then this is the bottom piece that it screws into. It goes down in there. And then down in this hole here, you're going to need a screwdriver that is really narrow on the sides. This one actually won't even cut it. It gets stuck a little bit in the top. But I do have another one that'll work better. But once you slide that out, it's going to look like this. It's got some holes in the side, another little jet. And then right here, there's another flathead screw down in there, which pulls out to be this. Looks a little bit more delicate, and also has a little spring that slides over it. And then it'll have a little rubber washer, or a little rubber gasket, O-ring, and a washer. So the O-ring and the washer, and then that's pretty much the whole bottom end. So I mean, they're pretty simple machines here, and you can clean that stuff up. And it's always a good idea just to get a carb kit. They're not too much. I think you can get a set that has all 4 carb kits for like $60 or so, and that's going to come with all this stuff here new, plus O-rings, and maybe a couple other things. So yeah, quick and easy teardown. And you just throw it all back together in the reverse order. And it's going to be a little difficult getting it back on here. What I did was I didn't have the pods on, and I would just take my hand on one side and I'd hold up here, and I'd push my hand right there, and you'll hear it pop. It'll kind of like snap back in there. And yeah, then you just prime it up and it'll be good to go.